Hi. Today I'm here to talk to you about one of my favorite books of all time, and that is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This book means the world to me. It means everything to me. If you have a heart, if you enjoy romance novels, this book is for you, but especially if you are a queer person, and especially a queer American, this is for you. Or a queer British person, I guess, but I'm an American, so that's how it vibes with me. This is very much the generic enemies to lovers story. It is basically set up like that from the beginning, but throughout, it becomes so much more than that. It becomes a story of this, it becomes this love letter to yearning for someone, and it becomes a love letter to being queer and being invested in American politics and British politics and being a person who wants to see good in the world. This book draws a line between Alex and Henry and Darcy and Lizzie, which, as we all know, that's my thing. I'm not the person to give you the plot breakdown of this book, but I am the person to tell you that this book made me cry. And it wasn't, you would think it would be the queer history part that makes me cry, because this book does an amazing job with that. It has these consistent, callbacks and quotes from queer people throughout history. And for me, that is one of the most impactful parts of the novel. Many people will tell you that representation isn't that important. And if you've been on my channel for any time at all, you will know that I think that representation is the most important. I think seeing yourself in characters allows you to know that you're not alone in the world. Especially when you see history, real live history, because so often our queer history has been erased, or when it does exist, it's been whitewashed. Seeing yourself on the page or seeing yourself on the screen is the fundamental feeling of being known, which I've said that phrase so many times on this channel, but I think it's incredibly important. I think it's important for young people and people of all ages, of all races, of all ethnicities and identities to see people like them in their stories and narratives. Because sometimes you just want someone like you. And that's not the liberal agenda or the gay agenda. You're not queerifying television or stories. You're just seeing yourself in someone. And this book does that, and it also shows that queer people have existed in every time, in every country, in every place. And even though those histories might not be talked about as much, they are there, and we are here, and we're all connected like that. This is the part of the book that makes me cry. You would think it would be the queer history section. It's not. That just makes me smile. This part makes me cry. This book is set in a parallel universe where Trump didn't win and Hillary wasn't running. Instead, a liberal was in office. And at the end of the book, there is a re-election. And Alex gives this beautiful speech about Texas and turning blue and how we have the chance to change America and to care about people. And in this time, it's so, I don't know if this is because I'm very political and I'm very invested, and I'm very heartbroken right now by the world that we see and the administration that we have. But seeing that and reading that speech made me cry like a baby, because it reminded me that there's an end to this. There's gonna be a re-election. Casey McQuiston wrote this in the wake of the 2016 election. And I think when you're reading this, it's very important to keep that in mind. It certainly was something I kept in mind, but that's because I'm in it still. And I hope that as this book ages and continues to be incredibly important, because I think it will be. I think this book is everything to me. I think this book is phenomenally written. I think it has an amazing story, and I think it's a beautiful romance. So when this book continues to be read, when this book is read in 20 years, and there are people who are reading it who are just learning about Trump in history classes, God, I wish that was me. Knowing that this was written as a sense of hope, that there is still good in America and in the world, and that we have the possibility to change. I think that is so important, and that is first and foremost what I'm grateful to this book for. It is very much a salve for the pain of living in a 2020 America where you're not sure, you know, what's gonna happen, and you're scared shitless. So if you need to escape from this America for a moment, I recommend reading Red, White, and Royal Blue. Obviously, you can't just check out and not check back in. You gotta check back in and continue to be an activist and work to create the future that this book demonstrates. But sometimes it's nice to have a break. That is the most fervent review and impassioned plea for you to read something that I've ever given on this channel. And I hope that means something to you, because I hope you read this book. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.